This is breaking news. July 1st is going to be one of the most important financial deadlines of the entire year that's going to affect over 7 million Americans. Will impact your finances for the next 10, 20, or even 30 years because President Trump's new loan overhaul is going to be taking effect. Millions of borrowers are going to receive notices telling them they must choose a new repayment plan. And here's the even scarier part. Many people still don't know this is even happening. Automatically be placed into the best repayment option. And some borrowers are about to discover their monthly payment could increase by hundreds of dollars. In fact, experts have warned that some borrowers could see increases of roughly $350 per month. Think about that. That's over $4,000 a year. In case you're wondering what I'm referring to, the student loan save plan is officially ending. There's been a massive battle with it, and unfortunately, it is in fact going away. Listen, for a lot of Americans already struggling with inflation, rent, groceries, insurance, and credit card debt, this is going to be a massive financial emergency. So today, I'm going to explain why the SAVE plan is ending, what Trump's July 1st changes actually mean, the two repayment plans you'll have to choose from, and which borrowers may get hit the hardest, and what happens if you do nothing, and the exact steps I would take today if I had student loans. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So now let's first talk about what just happened. For years, student loan borrowers had multiple repayment options available. Then the Biden administration introduced the SAVE plan. Millions of borrowers signed up because it offered lower monthly payments and more favorable repayment terms. But of course, after legal challenges and court rulings, SAVE is effectively over. Now, President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act is reshaping the entire student loan system. Beginning July 1st, the repayment landscaping changes dramatically. Instead of several repayment options, most borrowers will be focused on just two major choices: income-based repayment, known as IBR, and Trump's new Repayment Assistance Program, known as RAP. Of course, at first glance, that sounds simpler. Fewer choices, less confusion. But here's the problem. The wrong choice could cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loans. And that's why millions of borrowers are scrambling right now. Shift and talk about why this matters more than people actually realize. Because most people think this story is about student loans, and it's not. This is a personal finance story. This is a budgeting story. This is a credit score story. Because when your student loan payment changes, everything else changes. Think about it. Let's say your payment increases by $300 a month. Where's that money coming from? Your emergency fund, your retirement account, your grocery budget, your rent money, your car payment? Something has to give. And what happens when people suddenly run out of money? They start using credit cards. They start carrying balances. Interest starts piling up. Debt starts growing. Then suddenly what started as a student loan problem becomes a full-blown financial problem. That's why paying attention right now is so important. Now let's talk about the payment shock coming for millions. One of the biggest concerns surrounding these changes is payment shock, of course. Consumer advocates have warned that some former SAVE borrowers could see their payments jump dramatically under the new system, of course. Imagine waking up one day and discovering your monthly student loan payment increased by hundreds of dollars. And of course, the question becomes, could your budget actually handle it? Could your savings handle it? Could your credit cards handle it? For many Americans, the answer is just simply no. That's why so many borrowers are nervous right now. Many have spent nearly 2 years in forbearance and haven't had to make payments. Now, unfortunately, reality is returning, and many borrowers aren't financially prepared. Shift so we can understand your two options. Let's talk about the two repayment plans you'll be actually hearing about. Option number one is IBR. IBR stands for income-based repayment. Under this system, borrowers generally pay a percentage of their discretionary income towards their student loans. For many low-income borrowers, this could be an attractive option. Some borrowers may even qualify for extremely low payments depending on income and family size. But remember, the exact payment amount depends on your individual situation. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, unfortunately. Now, option number two is called RAP. This is Trump's new Repayment Assistance Plan. Under RAP, payments range roughly from 1 to 10% of adjusted gross income. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, of course, here's the catch. Payment period can stretch as long as 30 years. Yes, 30 years. Let that sink in. Think about where you're gonna be in 30 years. Maybe you'll wanna buy a house, start a family, retire, maybe help your children through college. Do you really want student loans following you through all those stages of life? That's one of the biggest criticisms experts have raised about RAP. Lower payments can sometimes mean carrying debt for decades. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee, but specifically to Kenneth. Kenneth's credit score went up 282 points after just one round with DisputeBeast, and Arthur's credit score went up 670 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget Destiny. Destiny's credit score went up 264 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. So let's talk about the RAP trap nobody is talking about. There's other issues many borrowers don't know about. Some borrowers with nearly identical incomes could end up with very different payments. According to experts, even small changes in income can create noticeable differences in monthly obligations under RAP. That means you need to run the numbers carefully. Do not blindly select a repayment plan. What works for your friend may not work for you. What works for someone making $40,000 may be a disaster for someone making $80,000. You need to understand your specific financial situation. But what happens if you do nothing? So now let's talk about the biggest mistake you can honestly make: doing absolutely nothing. Because many borrowers think, I'll deal with it later. Wrong. According to current guidance, if borrowers fail to select a repayment plan, they could literally be automatically placed in another repayment structure. Never allow someone else to make a major financial decision for you, especially not one that could affect you for decades. The default option may not be the cheapest. The default option may not be the fastest. The default option may not actually be the best fit for your goals. Doing nothing is absolutely not a strategy. Last part's the most important. Now let me tell you what I would do if I had student loans. Let's get practical. If I had student loans affected by these changes, here's exactly what I would do. Step 1, log into my student loan account today, not tomorrow, not next week, today, and verify. We want to verify that loan balance, the loan servicer, the contact information, and the current repayment status. Step number 2, estimate my future monthly payment. I want real numbers, not guesses, not assumptions, real numbers, because you can't build a budget around surprises. 3, compare IBR versus RAP. I'd look at monthly payment, total repayment time, total interest paid, and long-term financial impact. Remember, the cheapest payment isn't always the cheapest loan. Step number 4, update my budget immediately. Pretend your student loan payment starts next month. Let's be honest. Can your budget handle it? If not, start making adjustments right now. Step number 5, build an emergency fund. The last thing you want is a surprise expense hitting at the same time your student loan repayment returns. Now, the big question here is, should you consider refinancing? Let's talk about something that many borrowers will be researching over the next few months. The big elephant in the room, refinancing. A lot of people talk about it, but I want you to listen to me carefully. Refinancing federal student loans is not right for everyone. You could lose federal protections and benefits by moving to a private lender. But for some borrowers with stable income, strong credit, and a clear repayment strategy, refinancing may be worth exploring. Some lenders that many borrowers actually compare are going to include College Ave student loans, Sallie Mae, SoFi. I'm going to drop the link in the video description for anyone that wants to explore any of those refinancing options, because it's out there for a reason. Again, it doesn't make sense for everyone, but for those that are interested, you should go check it out. But the key is understanding exactly what you're giving up and what you're gaining before making a decision. Never refinance simply because someone on the internet told you to. Run the numbers, understand the trade-offs, and then decide. Now, the big picture, what we're witnessing right now is one of the biggest student loan shifts in years. 7 million borrowers are being forced to leave SAVE. Millions of people are about to face repayment decisions. And for many households, those decisions will affect monthly budgets, savings goals, retirement planning, home ownership, and overall financial stability. This isn't just paperwork. This isn't just government policy. This is real life. And the real decisions made over the next few weeks could affect borrowers for decades. So now let's do a quick little recap. July 1st is pretty much here. The SAVE plan is ending. Trump's new repayment system is taking over. Borrowers now need to understand the difference between IBR and RAP. And if you ignore what's happening, you could end up making a very expensive mistake. Advice: don't panic, but don't procrastinate either. Get informed, review your options, run the numbers, and make the decision that's best for your financial future. But now I want to hear from you. Were you enrolled in a SAVE plan? What do you think about Trump's new RAP program? Do you think these changes will help borrowers or hurt borrowers? I want you to drop it in the comment below. Any collections, charge-offs, or negative items that you need to delete from your credit reports, make sure to watch this video right here because it's gonna show you how AI will do all the work for you, mail your letters, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.